Hey everybody, we're here with Blaine Sumner, IPF Raw World Champion, Team Juggernaut athlete. There we go. So Blaine and I just finished a little squat training session, well, an everything training session for Blaine over at the Metroflex, the original Metroflex gym in Arlington, Texas. Blaine squatted 805 for 3. He's so strong that I hate him, but it's cool. So Blaine, where do you live at?
I live in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tornado Alley.
Where you train?
At Oklahoma Strength in Edmond, Oklahoma.
All by yourself lately too, huh?
All by myself.
So for those of you guys who don't know Blaine's background, Blaine was a college football player at Colorado School of the Mines. Has the Combine Pro Day record for 225 reps. Did 55.
Did
right?
55. They took 3 away.
So 52 reps, 225. Not too bad. Not too bad. What were your other numbers there in the testing?
Let's see if I can. A few years ago, I think my 40 was about a 515. Vertical jump, 32 and a half. 9.6 broad jump. That's about all I can remember.
And you were not always the strapping, 6'3", 357 pounds of powerlifting world champion, world record holding squatter that we see before us, were you?
No, I wasn't. Freshman year of high school, I was about 6 foot, 140 pounds. Did wrestling, lacrosse, and football, and wrestled in the summer, so kind of played sports year round. Sophomore year, started to pick up the weightlifting bug and just fell in love with it. Just followed our high school football training program and gained pretty steady weight through my years in high school. Graduated high school about 250, 260 pounds.
So, yeah, for people that don't know, tell them about the USAPL, the IPF, the federations that you compete in.
So the IPF is the International Powerlifting Federation, and they're the global representative of this powerlifting organization. The USAPL is the U.S. affiliate of the IPF. It's drug-free, single-ply, and raw, and it's I think the largest number of members in a powerlifting organization in the U.S. and world.
And you were the IPF Raw World Champion last year.
That's right.
That was a PR total for you there?
No, I didn't have a great meet there. My PR total was in Australia.
All right.
The IPF World meets, the IPF meets in general, are a little bit different because you're usually not going for PRs or big numbers. It gets real competitive because you're probably dealing with 5 or so guys who are right along with you in terms of total and lift, so the numbers don't become so much about yourself as trying to maybe beat a certain guy by 5 pounds or whatever and try to stay ahead of him and strategically plan your attempts.
List your PRs for people.
What's that?
List your PRs.
Okay, competition, squat, raw squat, 881, that was in Australia.
World record.
That's the world record. The bench was 474, that was in Sweden, and deadlift was 733, that was at Raw Nationals a few years ago.
What's your raw total?
I believe it's about 2060.
And what about single ply numbers?
Single ply, best squats 1003, bench 689, and deadlift 733 also. I think about 2400 total.
So for anyone that stays up with Blaine through his training log at jtsstrength.com, through the videos that he posts on YouTube and that we post for him on Juggernaut, you can see his training lately is it's madness. Dude squats like over 1,000 pounds like every damn day of the week, it seems like. So just what we witnessed today, it was raw day. He went 715 for 3, 765 for 3, 805 for 3. Then went and benched 405 for 3, 425, 35, 55.
Yeah.
All for sets of 3, paused. So I know that Mike Shear good friend of Juggernaut, written some great articles for us, has taken over your training. Kind of talk about what your training looks like under Mike right now, without giving away too many of his secrets.
It's pretty crazy. Training with Mike's been pretty crazy. The reactive training systems, I pretty much, if I could sum it up, I train 4 days a week and do 3 exercises each day. And generally it's usually a squat variation, a bench variation, and a deadlift variation. Again, that might change. It might be 2 squats and a bench, or a deadlift and 2 squat variations. And everything's heavy. There's no speed work. Everything, you usually work up to about a set where you leave 1 rep left in the tank, and then I'll drop down and usually hit about 3 drop sets.
So, for people who are watching your videos, they're going to see, 8.5 RPE, 9 RPE. Explain to them what that means.
So Mike uses the rate of perceived exertion instead of percentages, and it's basically a scale from 0 to 10, but you kind of only work between 7 and 10. A 10 would mean you had no reps left in the tank. That was a max out set, like my 805 for 3 was today. A 9 would be you had 1 rep left in the tank. An 8, you probably had about 2 reps left in the tank, and a 7 and below is speed work. And you can use half RPEs too. So, like my benches today, my last set, I called it a 9.5, meaning I may have had 1 more rep left in the tank, but maybe not.
All right, so there's all this debate going on about multiply versus raw, gear versus raw, and all kinds of different training styles. You're kind of off almost outside of that debate there in the USAPL and IPF. Just kind of weigh in on that, where you'd like to see powerlifting go in the next couple of years.
I think probably the same direction most people want it to go, just towards more unity. I don't care about multiply, single ply, raw. I think people should do what they want. I think there needs to be more unity. The IPF has a lot of unity there with the drug-free side. We got raw and single ply. I think there should be some unity on the other side, non-tested, with single ply, raw, multiply. Just kind of have 2 federations, and that way you don't have 20 world records set every weekend. You got a better standard of judging, more comparing apples to apples.
All right, so going forward for you, Blaine, what do you have coming up competitively for yourself the next couple of months?
My next meet is the USAPL or Equipped Nationals in Killeen, Texas on June 23rd.
What are your goals for that?
Goals just to win that meet. It's the qualifier for the IPF World Championships in November, so just going in to win. If things feel good, I might try to go hit a big squat and break Brian Sider's American record bench.
All right. Well, make sure you guys are checking Blaine's training log out, jtsstrength.com. What's your YouTube channel, Blaine?
I think if you just search my name, Blaine Sumner,
all right.
find it.
So watch him squatting huge all the time, benching huge now too. So Blaine, the real vanilla gorilla Sumner. All right, thanks, Blaine.